My name's Nancy Turner and I've made this little video to show you some of the basic things to do with a smartphone, just like this one. Hope you find it useful. Okay, here we have the phone as pretty much taken out of the box. The on button for this phone is on the right hand side, just here. So as you can see, the screen quite quickly goes blank on its power saving mode, so just press it again to bring it back on. Okay, I'm just going to show you how to take the back off this phone so that you can get to the inside. This is the slot for the power cable. Just put a finger in there and a thumb on the back and pull gently until you hear a click. The back is a bendy plastic, so you should be able to pull it off. And there's the inside of the back of the phone. Okay, we've got the camera, got the LED flash. We've got two slots for SIM cards in this phone. Okay, that's SIM 1, probably your main one, but you can also have a SIM card from a different operator if you want. And just here is a slot for a micro SD card for extra storage for your photos and videos. Okay, the back just clicks back on again, and with these Motorola phones you can get different colour backs to personalise your phone with your favourite colour. Okay, there we go. Just a quick review of the other buttons. As I say, there's the power button. This is the volume up and down button. And on the top we've got a headphone socket and a tiny teeny hole that's the microphone. Okay, and on the bottom again just the slot for the charger cable. Phone is on, we're ready to do something with it. So can you see the little padlock there? You have to slide it up with your thumb to unlock the phone. Okay, the other thing you do with these is to do a gentle tap. No pressure is needed because the phone is actually reacting just to the contact of your skin. You don't have to press at all. So I've got lots of different apps on here. The other thing you can do with this, again, just a gentle swipe with the finger moves things up and down so you can see the range of things that are there on the phone already for you. Okay, pressing the little circle button goes back to the home screen. And if I do what they call a long tap, keep my finger pressed, I get some other options. I can choose a wallpaper, a background image for the phone. Again, a bit of a swipe along here. There's some preset pictures you can have, but I'm going to show you a little bit later how to take your own picture and use that as a background. Here's another useful trick, to use the notification area which is at the top of the screen. I've just dragged it down with my thumb there. This slider along the top shows you a way to make the screen dimmer or brighter. But the brighter you have it, the quicker your battery will run down. Okay, this symbol here is for showing you whether you're connected to a Wi-Fi network. Okay, if it's got little a symbol and a lit up bit in it, you're connected. But if you tap it, it will turn it off. That also will help preserve battery power, because if your Wi-Fi is not on, the phone can't be trying to download things while you're not actively using it. Okay, this symbol here is for Bluetooth, which not very much used these days, but can be quite handy for transferring files and information, maybe pictures between two devices that are quite close to each other. Okay, there's a handy one here called the torch, which if I tap it, uses the camera flash LED light to become a flashlight or a torch so you can see in the dark. But again, that'll drain the battery quite heavily, so don't use it for a long time. So we have a phone. What's a phone for? Making calls. Okay, once you've got past the lock screen, just press the icon for the phone and you've got three options. You've got speed dial, recent and contacts. Now at the moment this phone doesn't have any of any contacts or hasn't made any calls, so there's nothing to show there. If you want to make a call to a number that isn't already in the phone, tap the little blue button and then just tap the numbers. If you make a mistake, there's a little back button here. Just rubs out the numbers and you can try again. Okay, there's our number. That's the phone number for adult education in Hounslow, in case you're interested. And then to start the call, just tap the green button. If you'd like to add this number to your contacts, perhaps with some words to describe what the number is, click Add to Contacts. And again here, we need to create a new contact. And it gives you the option to add a name, any other details you want to include. So just tap on the line and it gives you a keyboard to use. So if I type Hounslow, you can see you get predictive text here. So I'm going to tap that, save me finishing the word. And again, predictive text for adult. Education. There we go, saves a bit of time. And then just click Add New Contact. And it says Contact Saved. So once it's in your phone's address book, you can use it just with one tap. You might like to add the name of the person you're calling before you put their phone number in. So to do that, you've got 3 little dots in the corner here. If you tap that, it gives you the option to put in a new contact. So you go back to the same screen we were just on a moment ago, but this time you can put in the name first. So I'm going to put Kingsley Adult Education in this time. And the phone number is going to be their direct dial number. And again, just click in the corner to add new contact. It shows up. It gives you the option, if you've made a mistake or want to change anything, to use the little pencil icon to edit it. Takes you back to the screen. Okay, I'm not going to edit it at this stage. And having got that contact visible, if you want to call that number, just tap the little phone icon. Here we are on the message screen. You've got a box at the top to say who the message is going to. And at this point, if you haven't got that many contacts in your phone, it's probably best to do it by the number. So again, let's put a phone number in. Oops, made a mistake. Use the back button. Okay, that's my other phone, so it's a number I know where it's going to end up. And then tap the type message. Again, predictive text comes in handy. If you want to do an exclamation mark or other punctuation, just tap the 1, 2, 3 button and you'll get numbers and assorted punctuation. Okay, that will do, and then click the little arrow to send off the text. You might see in text that you will get lots of people using these smiley faces. So here's a selection, just to put a smiley face in the end. ABC button takes you back to the text keypad. Okay, so let's press that arrow and send it off. Okay, it says SIM 1 sending, and then it tells you what time it sent the message. Okay, return to the home screen with the round button in the middle. Okay, we've come outside to see how the camera will take a photo. Okay, so press the camera icon, which is usually present on the home screen, and this gives you a little tutorial to tell you what to do. So it tells you to tap anywhere on the screen to take the photo, or hold for multiple shots. It says there, drag up and down to zoom in or out. Okay, so now I'm ready to take a picture. There we go, off the picture goes. Now I'm going to use that picture as a background on the screen. A little while back we went outside and took a picture, didn't we? So now we can find a use for that picture by customising the background. If you do a long press on the home screen and then tap wallpapers, you get the option of some of the preset pictures and your own photos. Okay, so I'm going to click on this and find the photo that we took of the maple tree. So I've found the picture of the red maple leaves that I'm going to use, so let's click on that one, click the tick and click set wallpaper, and there we are, back on the home screen but with that picture of the nice pinky red leaves on it. Something else you might like to do to your home screen is put something useful in this area here, like a clock. Right, so again, a long press of the home screen, tap the widgets button. You can scroll through a number of different widgets that there are available. I quite like the idea of having a digital clock. So I press and hold this, my home screen reappears, and I can just drag it into the position there where I want it. And there we are. One more customisation that you might like to use, depending on how good your eyesight is these days, is to make the writing on the screen look a little bigger. There's a couple of ways we can do this, but we can go back to the notification area, then swipe again to bring down that little tool collection, and go to the settings icon, then go to display, and at the bottom of that section, font size. It does warn us that if we change this, it affects it for all the users of the phone. Hopefully you're the only one. Let's try huge. It doesn't actually make it really big, but it is bigger than it was. As you can see now, there's not enough room to put font size on there. So I hope you can see that did go a little bit bigger. And if we go back to the home screen, the date is reading a little bit bigger as well. So that might help. You wouldn't have bought a smartphone if you didn't want to use some of the apps and other things that you can get on it. This circle with the dots in at the bottom is the apps button, and it pops up a list of the things that you can do with the phone. These are mostly preloaded, and as you can see, a lot of them are to do with Google. This phone is an Android phone. Android is a Google product, so a lot of the things are related to Google. And it will work better for you if you have a Google or Gmail email account, which you can put into the phone, and it will understand you much better. But something you could certainly use if you needed to do any kind of quick calculation, restaurant bill or anything like that, is the calculator. But you might notice there's no percentage key here. Yeah, that could be useful. So this might be an occasion to go to the Play Store and see if you can find a calculator, a simple one, free one, that has a percentage key on it. I see it's asking me to add the Google account, so actually on the phone as it is at the moment, I can't go into the Play Store and show you how to find that app. I'd have to go back into my own account and do that. Another app you might like to have a go with is the FM radio. In these days of digital, you could always listen to radio stations over the internet, but your phone can be a radio. But the first thing it suggests is that you plug in some headphones, because they act as the antenna. So we do that. Okay, we just say got it to that message. So we need to scan some stations. It's found something. Okay. You probably can't hear that out of the headphones, but I can hear something. So once it's found a load of stations for you, it's found 8 so far. Okay, let's just cancel that and see if it's found 95.8. That's Capital Radio, you see. So now you can listen to your favourite station on the move without having to worry about downloading music from iTunes or anything like that. So here we are looking at the phone on my own personal setup. So there's a few more apps here that I've downloaded. I can check my email, and you can set up a number of different accounts here. So I've got all the different email accounts I might want there. Okay, I've got a calendar that shows what's coming up. Organise my life that way. I've got some games, just simple games that you can download from the internet. It's like a sort of Tetris with words, where you have to try and make words out of the blocks that fall down. I've got Facebook. I've got another organising app called Evernote there. I've got Catch Up TV. I've got a couple of apps of interest, like the National Trust and so on. Another very useful one to have is Skype. If you want to keep in touch with friends and family elsewhere, you can use your phone. I've got another little self-organising app here called Spending Tracker, which I can use to put in my supermarket receipts and other spending that I do to keep track. There's Twitter, all sorts of things that you can bring in onto your phone and make use of. Section is just going to be about some ways you can make the phone a little bit more secure. Okay, at the moment, as a sort of guest user, there's only a very simple method of unlocking this phone, which is the little padlock down here, and I swipe up. That's as simple as it gets. It just takes you into your home screen. But that's not terribly secure, is it? So the other thing we can do is go back to our notification tools and go into settings again, and this time go to security. Okay, the screen lock at the moment is just a swipe, but there are 3 other options. The pattern is where you draw a shape on the screen in a pattern of dots like this. So you just draw a shape, whatever you think it should be, draw it again to make sure you've done it the same both times, and then that becomes your unlock pattern. And you have to remember exactly what it was, because if you forget, you won't be able to get into the phone. So that's pretty secure. The other option is a PIN, a personal identification number. We know about those from bank cards and so on. So just pick the number and again remember it, because if you don't, nobody else can. Or the fourth option is a password, which is probably the most secure method, because you can make it as long and as complicated and as mixed up and as random as you like. But again, you've got to remember it. So you've got a full keypad, you can put numbers in, you can put symbols in, all sorts of things. Make it as good a password as you like. But the trade-off is that's going to be longer to put in every time you want to unlock the phone. Right? So security and ease of use are something of a trade-off here. A word about the potential drawbacks of mobile phone devices. It can end up holding a lot of your life, and this is a risk if it's stolen or you lose it, so guard it well, know where it is all the time. Do keep records of important contact details outside the phone, so you have them if the phone stops working at an awkward time. It's easy to get addicted to it and to find yourself using it when you really shouldn't. For example, in company, you should be talking to the people you're with, not on the phone, or when walking in the street. where you could be distracted from something happening, and definitely and absolutely not when driving. Please take care. A smartphone is a very useful thing to keep you in touch with the people that you care about. Gives you access to almost unlimited information from the internet, games to play when you're bored, and apps to help you manage your life. I hope you found this useful. Thank you for watching.